Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Lady Nika, and with this week's episode of The Have and the Have-Nots. Child, this season 4, I do believe, in the first episode. Child, look, excuse me a minute, y'all. I'm a little off right now. Y'all just don't know what we go through as YouTubers to bring these videos. I mean, when I get to about you know what? Now that just was my confirmation right there. When I get to about 3,000 subscribers, I'm gonna do a video showing y'all. I can't tell you what other YouTubers go through, but I'm gonna give y'all a video. Why it seem like I'm sitting so low, Chad? I'm trying to sit up where people can see me right. But anyway, I'm gonna do a video showing y'all what I go through behind the scenes preparing for these videos, and y'all gonna fall out laughing. If y'all only knew what we be doing in the background trying to make sure that it's at least presentable, y'all would be like, oh my god, y'all might appreciate us more. Not saying you don't, child, but hell yeah. And today it's been like hell on wheels for me, honey, cause I'm flashing like a motherfucker today, and anyway, child, but that's not what we here for. We here for the have and have not, child. Now, let me bring you back up to date. Last season's cliffhanger was of course where the guy Oscar that Candace was dating, she found out that he wasn't no good like we suspected, and that he had actually tricked her and embezzled the money that she originally embezzled from Jim. He actually took the money, but he played her out of the money to get it back, okay? So, of course, that was a fight where Quincy came into the picture, child, because, he was trying to kill Candace and shit. And they wound up having a scuffle where Quincy was killed. Oscar ran out the house. Also, we saw that Jim was supposed to be doing a press conference announcing him deciding to pull out of the governor's race, but the man decided in the 11th hour, Jim a dirty thing, he old dirty crow, honey, he decided he was going to stay in the race. Also during this announcement, it was planned for David to announce his candidacy for governor. Well, after Jim had surprised and shocked everybody in the room, and I guess the world or the city whatever hell, it was decided that, after he said he was going to stay in the race, child, he get arrested. Because Wyatt then went down to Miss, she was formerly known as Miss D.A. Bitch. On this episode, well, on this season, I will be referring to her as Miss Wannabe County. Because Jennifer been doing a lot to be counted since, ever since Wyatt wound up having that wreck where he killed that little kid and hurt Benny and stuff. So, he done went and talked to her, and she done talked him into signing some plea deal where he has testified against his parents enough to give a warrant out for the Harringtons and the Criers. So, police come and they take their asses to jail, okay? Also, with Hannah she secured custody of little Quincy, because we know that, Quincy Sr. had custody of him, but he wasn't doing right by him. He done had that child in a room in his apartment, his sister's apartment, with like a host of other kids, child, and it's like basically, it looked like they was running some type of welfare and food stamp fraud. Like the kids are just basically there to give them coin. It wasn't about actually caring for the kids, okay? So, because he was beaten, Benny went and rescued him out of the sister's apartment. Once he got him back to Hannah's house, we find out that he had been beaten really bad and had to be taken to the hospital, where CPS then became involved. And throughout the course, y'all, Hannah got custody of him, but our house got burned down at the same damn time. Remember, Quincy ran through the house in the car trying to look for Benny and Hannah because he wanted to kill them for stealing the little boy, okay? So she got custody and she's taking the child to a hotel room. CPS has now found out that that house burned down and they are looking for her to find out where is she staying with this child. So that brings us up to date. That was last season's cliffhangers, which takes us into this season where we start off where they of course have killed Quincy Sr. and because he was beating the hell out of Candace. Jeffrey got on top of him, stabbed him like he was, I don't know, child, where that rage came from. I think that he was stabbing him in the name of Veronica. I don't know. I guess he tapped into his inner Veronica. That is her son, you know. And they say the apple don't fall far from the tree. So that could, you know, actually be what's going on. All right, child. Now, we're going to go down there to the police station where Catherine and Veronica are being processed. Y'all, when I tell you, this was some funny stuff to me. It truly was some funny stuff. Now, I realize that white America and black America do separate things. You know, some of our traditions and things we do are not similar. But we know stuff about them just like they know stuff about us, okay? And I'm just not believing that Catherine is such a privileged white piece of fish that she did not know that that stringy, straight hair coming out of Veronica, Veronica was wearing on her head actually came out of her head. Child, you're not finna convince me that that woman had no idea that wasn't Veronica hair. And if she did think like that, girl, Catherine, what's wrong with, girl, where you been? I know you got, they down there at the police station, okay? And, of course, Veronica is being Miss Bitch like she always is. And she's taken out for all of her possessions. She has to surrender everything and be suited up. She's in the processing stage, okay? And as she's removing her fine jewels and diamonds, she is trying to make sure they catalog everything properly. Because if it's not, you know, she always talking about what she gonna do to somebody. Most times she will. But, so you got this guard, you know, she look like she a member of the LGBT community, but she not playing with them. Y'all all are looked at the same. That bang getting away from me. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't be on here wrong. But yeah, in the jailhouse, it ain't no special privileges, okay? So old girl is telling her, you know, okay, so all of this stuff is real. And of course, Veronica being Miss Sadiddy one, she talking about, of course. Old girl say, well, that hair ain't. Well, child, at that moment, Catherine is appalled. How dare you say that that's not her hair? Now, Catherine girl, when Veronica wasn't bucking, because we all know she a bucker, why did you? Child, they made her come up out that hair, and Catherine was in shock that was not Veronica's hair. Baby, Veronica peeled back that hair and was giving me set it off tease, and I was here for it. I fell out. So next, after they got through humiliating Veronica, now it's time to humiliate Catherine. And they telling her that, you know, she's got to, you know, take all her stuff off, including the girdle. Catherine, my hair, this is my real hair. Okay, girl. But in the episode, we know that that's supposed to be her real hair. But us real people out here in America know that that's a wig too, honey. Especially us wig wearers. We can recognize one on sight. Well, child, they make her come down out of her jewels, and the lady told her she had to take the girl off. She trying to argue with the woman, telling her that, you know, she ain't got no girl on. Oh, girl say, you gonna take it off, or we gonna take it off for you. So it's at that point that Catherine think that she's supposed to be able to go to a private bathroom or office area or something and take that off. No, boo. Just like Veronica had to come out of her hair, you got to come out that girdle. She wound up taking it off, but she wants to tell the woman that this ain't no girdle. It's called a spandex or some shit. Child, whatever, girl. It's a girdle, okay? I don't care what kind of cute name you put on it. At the end of the day, Boo Boo Kitty, that is a girdle, okay? So let me see you come up out of it. And that's what she had to do, child. I was so tickled by all of that because baby Miss Lesbian Girl was fed up with the bull and she wasn't here for it. She was not taking that mess from them. I don't care how privileged you women are in this world, in this atmosphere, you are all the same, okay? So we go over to the men's side, and David and Jim is pretty much going through the same procedure. Stripping down, bending over, coughing, all of that, okay? This is a change for them. But it seemed like David and Jim is taking it a little bit better than Veronica and Catherine doing. Now, let's go back over to the ranch, and we got that old messy Wyatt, who has created all of this drama. He's over there talking to Miss Wanna Be Counted, and he's scared. He know his father is psycho. I don't know why he was so super scared, because he must have forgot about that thing called Veronica, baby, because Veronica is probably a little bit more deadlier than even Jim, okay? But he's saying that he know he ain't got nothing but until the weekend, because they were booked. We know it's Friday, and the likelihood of them getting a bond today would probably be, that day would be slim. So they would be in jail over the weekend. But by Monday morning, Wyatt know his parents are gonna be out, and the rapture of hell will come down upon him swiftly. Okay, so he's scared, saying he ain't got nowhere to go. And it's at that point I'm thinking to myself, now boy, you prove it. Is something wrong with you? It's something wrong with, it must be something wrong with both of the Crier kids. I mean, we know Amanda had issues, but I think Wyatt got issues too, because boy, you set your parents up to go to jail for a murder or a conspiracy for murder, trying to take care of you, and you hadn't been stacking no papers on the side to make sure that you had somewhere to go when you knew that you were going to sit there and spill tea on them. You mean to tell me you did not even bother to take the time out to save some money? Child, he not the brightest star in the sky. He really just not. But he's sitting there telling her he's scared, okay? She telling him she can get him into a halfway house, I guess somewhere to secure him. But he ain't trying to have that. Okay, well, he mentions that he does have some money. Apparently, a grandparent has left him money, but due to the fact that he had a substance addiction problem in the past, his parents have had control over that money. And Jennifer is telling him that, you know, I may be able to help you out with that, you know. Are you clean? And he's saying that he clean. He's saying all of that drug abuse and stuff is in his past. He can pass a drug test. He got paperwork from the rehabilitation center that he went to. He's supposed to be drug clean, okay? So she's thinking, well, maybe I may be able to help you out, you know, and be able to get some of that money released to you, if not all of it. So there's a possibility he can get some coin. And we thinking that this is real, right? Child, we thinking this is real until she leave, and then he gets on the phone with Wyatt, who he been trying, Jeffrey, who he been trying to reach all along, but Jeffrey not been answering the phone, and we gonna tell you why in just a minute. Just stay with me, I'm gonna bless you. But he done got on the phone with Jeffrey, and it done went to voicemail, and he's telling him he needs some type of paperwork from his mother's rehabilitation center, because he finna forge this information saying that he clean. So it's at that moment we know Wyatt is lying. He done lied to Miss DA girl. He done lied to Miss Wanna Be Counted, okay? He not clean. He gonna get some fake paperwork from this foundation that Veronica has, so he think. And we can all clean ourselves out in order to pass the drug test, okay? So that's what he gonna do, child. And I'm like, child, you done told that lie just that fast. I don't understand. Now, let's go over to Candace's house, child. I'm finna bless you with the information on Jeffrey. Now, over to Candace's house, Jeffrey is freaking what I like to call the hell out, okay? And he over there freaking out because he got blood all over him. It's all everywhere. It's all over Candace. And we got Quincy Senior laying there, dead to the floor, child, dead to the floor. Okay, and he asking Candace, is he dead? Well, she take a look and she like, oh yeah, he gone. Child, why did he have a white woman fit and get to hollering? I screamed, laughing at Jeffrey at how he came discombobulated over the situation. I understand that you done killed somebody, but baby, this is where we really find out how privileged and how much of a true queen you really are. Because he was not here for it, baby. He was hollering. He was about to hyperventilate and everything. She had to give him a drink and everything, child. And she was telling him, we're going to be okay. We're going to get past this. Just let me think. One thing for certain, we can't call the police. He want to call the police. She telling him, like, look, I'm a law student. For one, these people are going to say that this is a crime of passion because of the multiple stab wounds to this man. It did not take this much to subdue him from attacking me if we were going to try to say that it was self-defense, okay? So we can't tell that lie. We can't use that. And plus, Candace don't want the police involved because that's going to require a deeper investigation. And then she going to be going to jail on some charges. And not only will she do time for what just happened in her house, but, girl, you're going to have to face even more charges because let's not forget, you done did a whole lot of stuff in the meantime, in between time, like embezzled over $7.5 million from Jim. So she not trying to have the police involved. Now, Jeffrey don't know all of this, okay? All he know is he wants to call the police. His daddy, he want to call child. He want to call Tyrone. He won't call anybody. He just can't handle this situation. She telling him, we can't call no police, basically. So, child, he's sitting there and she looking at the body trying to figure out what she gonna do, getting trash bags and everything else. Next thing we know, we hear Jeffrey on the phone calling the police. Be quiet. Be quiet. We see him calling the police. She got to snatch his phone, throw it in the garbage disposal, and she cut it on. And she like, look, didn't I tell you we're not calling the police, so you can stop trying to do that. Jeffrey then freaked out and did the white woman in distress. Child, he done took off running up them stairwells because he can't take it, which caused her to have to delay removing his body to go and check on him and try to get him together. Child, he upstairs freaking out, talking about blood all over him. She telling him, it's gonna be okay. I see that you can't help me with this body, so I'm gonna take care of that end, but it's gonna be okay. We cannot tell the police anything about this because if you do, we are both destined to go to jail. Your mama can't help you out of this situation. Your man, if you got one, can't help you out of this. Child, we gonna have to keep it on the low. Can't nobody no, okay? And that's basically where they was at. Now, this is the part where I got a little confused there, y'all. I got a little confused because she takes him into the shower. Now, I know he want to get the blood and stuff off of him because he having a hissy fit. But why she got in the shower with him? When I first saw that, I was thinking to myself, now, Candace, girl, I know you know what team he played for, right? So, why you in the shower with him? I mean, I know you can't possibly be thinking that you're going to be able to seduce him. Because, I know that last season, he did sleep with a girl and she came back talking about she pregnant. Y'all remember the little weak disenfranchised girl who Veronica had blackmail because she was helping keep her daddy alive in that hospital. Yeah, he did that, but I mean, let's just keep it 1,000. He didn't want to sleep with her. She had to get him, she had to drug him. He was drunk to be able to do that because he play on the same team Candace play on. So they can't do nothing. What they gonna do? Bump pocketbooks? Child, I don't know. But anyway, she do that stuff. She get him in the shower, get him out and stuff, and they drying off, and that's when they realize that the police is at the door. Of course, they freaking out about that, wondering why is the police at the door. And next week we'll find out that it is a neighbor that called. But in the meantime, in between time, while the police is downstairs beating on her door, and Jeffrey up there scared than a mug at this moment, Quincy's sister is calling him on the phone that had slid under Candace's couch from when they had the scuffle in the house prior to him being killed, okay? So sister calling to find out, has he handled Benny yet, okay? And we'll talk more about them on next week, because that's pretty much all they showed us of those people, okay? Now let's go back down to the jailhouse on the men's side, and we got David and Jim into they in there having a conversation. They arguing, because Jim is going in on Veronica, saying how horrible of a person she is, calling her all kinds of B's, and David is a ride or die. I don't care how crazy we say David may be for that, but I guess he took his vows seriously, because even though he know his wife is mentally disturbed, he not hearing Jim talk about his wife like that, and he let him know that. He told him, he said, now, if you do anything to my wife, and if you continue to talk about my wife like that, what did he tell us? He said, I will show you an enemy like you have never seen before. Pause. Who writing for David? Now, I know that they say certain things on these shows. An enemy like you have never seen before. Do that even sound like some... Maybe I'm wrong. Child, I think that they need to be a little bit more realistic in the writing style for David, because although we know he we know he Mr. Educated and got a couple of coins, but child, really, the average girl, that nigga supposed to have jumped out of David by then. Look, let me tell you one month, okay? But it didn't, and that's what he telling him. And tell you the truth, Jim at this point don't give a damn about what David, child, this hair shed. But he don't care about what David's saying, because he feel like David weak. But I honestly believe that if you do something to Veronica, which only thing saving Veronica right now, because I forgot to tell y'all when I was giving y'all the update from the cliffhanger, Jim did put out 3 hits. It's the police officer, the inmate, and I think, no, it's the police officer. Is it the inmate or the police officer? I know that professor that raped his daughter. That's one. I know Veronica is one as well. And she would be dead had they not arrested her at that campaign headquarters, because we saw someone go in her house that put a silencer on a gun. So had she not gone to jail, she would be dead to the bed right now, honey. But back to what I was saying in this episode. David know that too. He know that Jim has put out some type of hit, and he letting him know, if any harm come to my wife, you gonna have to face my wrath. And you can think that I'm weak, but I will show you that I'm stronger than you ever thought I would be. And play with me if you want, punk. I'm ready, okay? And child, that was it on that. He basically, that was the gist of their conversation in that jail. Don't mess with my wife. I don't care what you got to say about my wife. No harm better not come to my wife, because if it do, I'ma unleash a hell. I'ma unleash fury on you like none other. I think that was crazy to write it like that, but hey, I don't care. It was entertaining to me nevertheless, okay? Now let's go back over to the women's side, and you got Veronica being sued by, Catherine being sued by Veronica, but she lived with Wyatt and she lived with Jim. And all I can say is watch her, okay? Because history says you don't really want to make Veronica Harrington mad. This woman that quiet crazy. If y'all know anything about quiet crazy, that's the worst crazy that it is. I would rather a person be very, very vocal in what they're saying, because when you're being vocal, you kind of getting some of the frustration and agitation that you're feeling about whatever situation it is. You getting it out somewhat. But when you sitting your butt there and you quiet, that's building up. Child, it's that quiet crazy. They don't want that. And I think we're going to see that in this season, okay? Now, let's go over to Bennett and Hannah. And y'all, I'm going to try. Ooh. Hannah works my nerves, you know. She one of them type of Christian that take scripture and use it to her benefit, and I'm not here for that. Now, girl, this man telling you that he already done found out via a lawyer. Now, Veronica might be dirty, but she know her stuff, okay? And she done told him that the deed and everything is legit. He owns this stuff, okay? So he's thinking, how can I make it more of a success so that we can be okay? Plus, you need a place to stay because CPS is looking for you, mama. You need to get out of that hotel because did they not just tell Candace in last season that she could not have custody of her child while living at a hotel? Now, if they not going to let her have a child living in a 5-star hotel, what make Hannah think they going to let her keep that child and she got him in some crummy motel probably on the outskirts of town? Hannah get on my nerve. Hannah let her disdain for her daughter get to her so bad that she's not making wise decisions. What was all of this for if you're going to give the child back into, put the child back into the hands of child protection or the foster care program? He was already coming from an abused situation. Now you're going to put him back into a possibly abusive situation. He trying to convince her, go on, move into this house, okay? Right now, that's your only option if you want to keep little cute safe. She don't like her daughter, so she can't see that. My thing is, girl, if you really want your grandson, you're gonna do what you gotta do to keep your grandson. That's retarded what you doing. If you talking to the Lord, I know the Lord told you have some common sense. I know common sense is not so common to everybody, but child, Hannah get on my nerves. Hannah hate her daughter because she see a lot of the old who she used to be in her. But in this season, I'm gonna need Hannah. If you gonna ride, I'm not gonna tell you put your Bible down, honey. I would never tell someone put their Bible down. But all I need you to do is I'm gonna need the riders to work with her. Because some of the stuff she do make me want to kung fu kick the hell out of her. Because, girl, get some sense about yourself. Blessings come in all forms, okay? And it's like she's so used to struggling. She don't know what it's like to relax and have a good time. I don't never want to be that type of Christian, honey. Never. I don't never want to be the Christian that's so broke down. She got a slave mentality. You know how slaves used to think that their masters was actually on their team because they gave them small trinkets of appreciation. Really wasn't appreciation. It was just to make your ass think that I love you, but I really don't. You better break your back. Nigga, do it. Okay? And that's how Hannah think. But Benny trying to get her to think with her head, and she can't grasp it because, child, like I said, she hate her child so much she can't see past that. Now, let's go over to the campaign headquarters. And you got Dave, we got Landon and Fatal Attraction 2.0 talking. Now, she done came into David's office, and Landon is sitting up there with his foot cocked up on the table, on the desk, talking on the phone, because he think this is it. I mean, we out of jobs, they gone to jail, child, ain't nothing gonna work. But no. 2.0 got a plan, baby. 2.0 got a plan, and she tell him, oh no, David got that. We're gonna distance David from this. What I need you to do is, I need you to release this information about his wife. Basically dumping everything in his wife, well, in Jim's lap, and implicating Veronica as an accessory. And she provided him with them pics of Veronica having that trice she was having with Benny. And Landon is like, oh my, you know, because he's still he thinking it's all over with. But baby, 2.0 got a plan. Snow White is got a plan, baby. She said he is too good of a man to be, okay, he is too good of a man to be going through the things that he going through, okay? He is too good of a man. He is not she not having it, and it is what it is. What she plan on doing is flipping this thing and working it out in her favor and in David's favor. And she gonna see him to the governor's mansion and possibly the White House, honey. And she gonna be that good thing on the side of him. Landon's concern is, girl, did you forget he got a wife named Veronica who don't play? No, she ain't forgot, but she ain't scared either. And she let that be known. No, I'm not scared. I'm not scared of this boo-boo kitty, none whatsoever. See, Megan ain't scared of Veronica no more. I think at one time she may have been scared of her, i.e., like when she trying to choke her in that hotel, but she done found her courage and her nuts, and she plan on working this out. And basically, what she was telling Landon is, I'm finna get this man, and I know you still got a thing for his son, so you better get on to the son, because I'm finna get with this man, okay? And that's how that is. And that's pretty much all that happened on this episode, child. I'm looking forward to it. I had myself a lovely kiki throughout this whole entire episode, baby. Because, baby, Fatal Attraction 2.0 got something coming for. See, that's going to be the sneak attack. Veronica mind is set on getting that gym and getting that wife. She don't have no idea that single white cunt is coming for her. And I can't wait to see how this is all going to play out throughout this season. Anyway, guys, I've talked long enough. 30 minutes. In the meantime, in between time, please like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys on next week's episode. Peace.